Okay, the unit of attention is that imagine in any given moment, you have unit one for paying attention to something, just single unit of that. Uh, then you want to leave a memory. Well, like, you want to leave good memories, but you keep leaving good memories. What is the fractional cost of that memory if you want to recall it back to attention? Like, that should tell everyone what they're up against with not living in the moment. Um, but it's sort of a bad way of thinking about attention in a way too, because that capacity limitation aspect of attention is something assumed by models like Alcove and Rational way back in the day, like in the mid '90s, mid to late '90s. Maybe Alcove was '92 even, uh, but they assumed that attention was capacity constrained like that. Like, so had a. Now, the thing is, though, that attention has different sensory and uh, motor modes. Okay, so like corresponding to EEG rhythms, like um, I don't know, the alpha oscillations or something like this, something at that time scale or something like that. Now, when you are in a, say, when you're in a motor mode, okay, that is akin to sampling. Okay, so you've made a decision to say, for example, like let's say you've decided to sample your good memories to enjoy a good memory. Okay, so that now, but sampling could be like you want to go outside to see what the weather's like. It could be many things. Okay, so you enter a period of time where your motor system is aligned with making sampling decisions, motor sampling based decisions. Okay, maybe I don't know, 300 milliseconds goes by or something like that, and then it switches to sensing. Okay, which for example, if you're making an eye movement, like 300 milliseconds, like you know, you're landing on a piece of information, and then you got to like, what's the point of landing on some information? Like you got to you take it up, and so what I don't know, your system is more aligned with uh assessing the information. Okay uh okay uh where did that leave us off though? You capacity constraints. Okay, so in these two uh parts of whatever, like alpha theta rhythm, okay, whatever, um attentional capacity constraints are going to change, right? Well, how do you even get Alcove to make a prediction about that? Really, it's really not talking about that in a sense. Like, I don't know. I guess the principle that Krushke would be arguing for is that uh, this attentional learning network, like this sort of like base structure where it's like backpropagation network and then a attention weight like network like beside it that gets reintegrated, like this kind of like basic structure, assuming backpropagation, okay, can learn both information and attention for things. Okay, so he might say that, yeah, and then he would say that Alcove understanding what those models have to say about that has implications for, it's like a fundamental unit. That circuit's a fundamental unit, and he's produced that. He he published it, and it's like that makes sense. It's like it is a big deal. It's a lot of food for thought. What those models did. Okay, so um, capacity constraint of one. So you know, for example, attention is spread out in time, and you recall a memory and you want to have a good time with it. Okay, what are we talking about? That's gonna you can only have one locus of focus uh, at a time. And so you bring it up, and that is necessarily displacing other good things or other things. And so you do need to assign a timer to the what we called with lag one, what we called impatience. You have to, right? You have to assign a timer where you get less interested in the information, or like you get more impatient as time goes by, according to some function. Like we fit the exponent as a free parameter, actually, like trial impatience and fixation impatience. Anyways, so you you recall a memory, and then what I'm saying is that you only focus on one thing at a time, so it's displacing other things. So in order to account for that, you assign the memory and impatience value so that like you'll get less interested in a certain amount of time. And in that way, you're not just simply moving blocks around. You're weaving your working memory with these previous memories and stuff like that. So it's like this capacity constraint of one. It could be a misleading metaphor. That's what I'm trying to get at. That is that's the thesis